Oh, party people, it's time. I mean, it's well past time, but it's time right now. This is it. Last chance we get to do our brackets. And if you're like me, you've put this off to the very last second, right? Because there have been other things going on. There have been like Dodger games at 3 in the morning and life, you know. So there's all kinds of reasons for you not to have done your brackets already. But I should point out this is the 26th year that I've been running this bracket game for various people. And so I thought it would be good tonight to share my bracket journey with you, such as it is. And I should point out we've done this. This is our 26th year. I have won one time in the past 25 years. One time. So this should prove once and for all, you don't need to be good at this to play, or maybe I'm just really dumb and just keep going. But you don't have to be a wizard at basketball picks. In fact, in some versions of bracketology, I see they will let you do picks based on who you like better as the mascot or which mascot you think will win. The tiger versus the yellow jacket. Who's going to do it? Well, you could pick tiger if you want. In our version, the version we play in my world for literally 26 years now, you scan that QR code up there on your screen. That up there. Well, where's the camera? Up there, I guess. Not, I'll figure this part out. You scan the QR code and you're taken to the world of Yahoo. Yahoo Fantasy Sports, which is a pretty basic free fantasy sports interface. You do need a Yahoo account. That's okay. People have Yahoo accounts. It's not the end of the world. And then you make your picks. And we play, as I've often said, we don't play for money. We play for pride. What does it say about me that I'm still playing for pride after going 1 for 25? It just means I'm determined that this is going to be the year that I make my picks and win the whole thing. Maybe. Or another option, I could be busted out with busted brackets before I get my first order of chicken strips Thursday at noon at Buffalo Wild Wings. It could happen. Either way, I'm not sure what is more likely this year. I do know I haven't been paying a ton of attention to college basketball. So I did what anyone would do. I went to the experts. And the first thing I looked for was the Barack Obama bracket. Barack Obama. Now, this is a guy, Barack Obama, who knows something about, brackets and things. And guess what? He didn't do picks this year. Or if he did, he's hiding them. I can't find it on the Obama Presidential Center site, ESPN, any of the sports, all the places or the CBS site. Normally he would do them because, he was America's biggest college football or college basketball fan for a very long time. Didn't do him this year. Can't find him. All right, fine. I don't need the Obama picks. So then I continued during my searching, and I found President Bill Clinton did a bracket this year. Now that's tempting to look at Bubba's picks. Tempting, but did not pick that team, Duke. I just did not think that was the right direction to go for this audience, right? And by the way, have you filled out your bracket yet? Hey, did you know it's not too late? You can still fill out a bracket at Yahoo and then join our group, or scan the QR code there, join our group, and fill out your bracket all tonight or this morning or whenever you're watching this. You have till 9:15 a.m. PDT tomorrow when they tip off the first of the real games. I don't care how many times they try to tell us the first 4 is part of the tournament. It ain't part of the tournament. It's the play-in to get into the actual tournament, which starts on Thursday. So you got time. But I didn't think Bill Clinton was the right role model for this. I'll take a look at his bracket later. We may be able to call it up here on the old gimmick, and we could see what does Bill Clinton know about college basketball. Well, I'll just pick via the cheerleaders, and let me tell you, those Alabama cheerleaders. Oh my. Certainly possible. You see, the joke there is he had an eye for the ladies. All right, so here's the thing. I was then out of experts. I mean, you could go to all the college basketball people. You could go to the, uh, there is a very fancy schmancy uh, post someone has posted. There's a computer program out there. There's a lot of computers doing it this year, right? AI is predicting. Chat GPT is predicting. Microsoft Bing is predicting. Is Microsoft Bing really the right one to predict who is going to be the how would Microsoft Bing even analyze such a thing? This is all part of the AI scam that I am so often incensed by. You know, uh, come on, people. There's no way that Microsoft Bing is going to be your best source for info. No. I went much closer to home, frankly, much, much closer to home. I asked my family to fill out a bracket, each one of them, each and every one of them. And tonight, we are going to debut their picks, and we're going to see how they do. We're going to plug them into the old Yahoo machine after the end of the stream. I won't set you through the tedious part of that, but I will put in my picks live, and you can see a little bit of my process as we go through it, and decide for yourself: am I crazy or crazy like a fox that is also dealing with depression? I don't know. Could go either way. Let's take a look. Here's the blank bracket right up here, as you can see. And there's a lot going on there. Let's see. Oh, I want to welcome our viewers on YouTube. Thank you very much for joining us tonight, YouTube viewer, whoever you may be, wherever you may be. I think if you drop a chat comment, I should receive it here on the old Restream platform. So do your best, and I'll keep an eye out for any messages, or if you have any comments, questions, concerns, or feedback. We live to hear from you, the home viewer. So please. So here are we'll go in age order, youngest to oldest. Okay. First with her picks, let's go to lovable little Daphne Campbell, who has filled out a bracket that I quite frankly would love to see happen. Now, this is not a bad bracket, people. This is actually a pretty good bracket. She has a Wisconsin, Michigan State final. That's not bad. There's worse. Look, I've picked worse brackets than this. That's a 2 versus a 3, right? This is not bad at all. Okay, so let's take a look at little Daphne Lou's brackets here, because she's really got something special happening. First round, she picked Alabama State to upset Auburn. Now, sweetie, I'm not saying it couldn't happen. It could happen. I don't think it's likely. I don't think it's likely that Alabama State is going to upset Auburn, but you never know. It could be another 16 versus 1 knockout, and we'll see. It would be great for the kids from Alabama State. Louisville over Creighton, sure. UC San Diego over Michigan. Ooh, a controversial 12 versus 5 pick there that she liked the Toreadors or the Dons or whatever they are at UC San, or not, University of San Diego, not UC San Diego. Or I guess it is UC San Diego. I can never remember. There's like 4 different universities in San Diego that all just call themselves San Diego. And San Diego State is the only one I know that is different. She'll take Yale at the 13 over Texas A&M. I like the strategy here. She's going big. She's going big on the upsets. North Carolina, sure. Iowa State, why not? Marquette, Michigan State, Norfolk State, Oklahoma, Colorado State over Memphis. A little bit of a 12 versus 5 upset. She likes those 12 versus 5 picks. Missouri, UNC Wilmington, the 14th ranked UNC Wilmington to take on Texas Tech, take down Texas Tech. Be a pretty good upset if it happens. Kansas, and of course St. John's. Continuing down that left side of the bracket here, she's got Louisville versus UC San Diego. A great matchup if it happens, to be honest. 2 places that are very important in our personal life. Got a lot of relatives from just across the river from Louisville there in Clarksville. And that would be kind of fun to see Louisville take on UC San Diego, where the Campbell family vacations every summer or thereabouts. So she's got Louisville and San Diego. North Carolina, the 11 seed, making it to the Sweet 16. Good for her. It's a good pick. I wouldn't doubt it. Michigan State, her Final Four team, Final Two team. Oklahoma versus Colorado, Missouri versus Kansas. Oh, now there's a barn burner. That's a 6 versus 7 matchup that I would really like to see have happen. On the other side of the bracket, and just to round out that side, Michigan State finally overcoming a remarkable run by UC San Diego, Kansas topping Colorado, and Michigan State beating Kansas in the Final Four. On the right side of the bracket, here's what we're looking at: Duke, Mississippi State, Oregon, go Ducks, Arizona, BYU triumphing over VCU in the battle of 3 initial universities. Wisconsin. This is one of the other betting strategies we use in the family. Just root for schools that Grandma Kathy went to. There's a lot of, you've got a lot of options. In this case, both Wisconsin and the University of Oregon. Vanderbilt triumphing over an overrated St. Mary's team is what Daphne's thinking this year. Alabama putting an end to Robert Morris's hoop dreams. Edwardsville, SIU, Southern Indiana University, Edwardsville, Southern Illinois University, Edwardsville. Gonna have to figure that one out before the tournament starts. Triumphing over number 1 ranked Houston. Look, it's a point-based strategy. If any of these 16 versus 1s come in, she's going to be golden. Gonzaga on top of Georgia in the battle of G teams. Clemson triumphing over McNeese. Purdue putting an end to high point of the season. Illinois and Kentucky, although Xavier looked pretty tough tonight in that matchup against Texas. We'll see how that goes. Utah ending UCLA's run, and Tennessee defeating Wofford. Gotta love that Wofford is in there. Continuing up the bracket, she's got Mississippi State taking out Duke. Yes. Love to see it happen. Don't think it's going to. Oregon triumphing over Arizona. Wisconsin dispatching BYU. Alabama handling Vandy. Gonzaga, Purdue, Illinois, and Utah all advancing to the Elite 8. Mississippi triumphing over Oregon. Well, now that will be Mississippi State, I should say. I'd love to see it if it happens. Wisconsin coming out in their match against Alabama. Purdue defeating Gonzaga. And Utah over Illinois, with Utah and Wisconsin advancing to the final, at Utah State, I should point out, advancing to the Final Four. Okay, well, look, she has Wisconsin still beating Utah State, so that's, I think, could happen. Wisconsin, the overall national champion, not a bad pick. Not bad. There are 3. A lot of the top teams come from the 3 area. And a final score, tiebreaker, 71-65. 71-65. Daphne Campbell's bracket, ladies and gentlemen. It looks, I've seen worse. I've submitted worse. Frankly, I don't know that the strategy of going with all number 16s to beat 1s as often as she did is going to pay off, but boy, I am rooting for her. I am rooting for that little diddle so much. I really hope it comes through. Let's go up the age tree. Oh, before we do, though, I'm getting a little parched here. So it's time to bring in tonight's beverage sponsor. And as we've been noting, every night we will have a different and new and unique beverage to share with you here on the stream. And when I say every night, I mean every stream. We don't do a stream every night. It just happened to be that tonight's we had two Dodger games overseas, and tonight's Final Four Eve, or Final Four March Madness Eve. And so tonight's, I think, appropriate for the late night I'm going to be putting getting all this stuff into the computers, is Mountain Dew Game Fuel Citrus Blackberry, ladies and gentlemen. Mountain Dew Game Fuel Citrus Blackberry. Have you ever heard of this flavor of Mountain Dew? Maybe not. Maybe you have. Maybe you haven't. But it is a citrus blackberry flavor of Mountain Dew. And let's give it a try, shall we? Let's find out. Here we go. All right. Here's a little, I put them in a little koozie. Put them in a koozie. Is it a Bob koozie during the tournament? I don't know. Here it is. Let's see. Oh, that is citrusy and blackberryish. Wow. Yeah, that's not bad. And by the way, it'll keep you going all night. Caffeine content 1 million milligrams. That's odd. Didn't expect. I guess that's what makes it game fuel. There you go. Not bad. Good stuff. Let's move on to Maggie's bracket. And perhaps for these other family brackets, we'll see a little more, a little more. I don't know. We'll see. I'll just put we'll see. I did not look at these ahead of time. I literally just scanned them and put them on the thing. And I said, I'll go over your brackets. We'll see how it goes. So here they are. Mackie Campbell, a multi-time bracket player. She is joining in with this for I don't know how many times this is. Once again, a reminder: you can scan the QR code, get in, get your picks in. It's not too late. You've got till 9:15 tomorrow morning. So even if you're watching this first thing in the morning tomorrow, why are you still watching? Scan the code, get onto the Yahoo Fantasy app, and get your picks in. Mackie Campbell, here's who she likes. Auburn. Now that's already off to a good start. I'm pretty confident Auburn is going to defeat Alabama State. Louisville, family pick. Michigan, triumphing over UC San Diego. Texas A&M, sure. It's completely responsible for her to pick that. Ole Miss over Ole North Carolina. Whoa, hot one coming in hot there with that. But North Carolina is North Carolina. Never count them out. Never count them out. You never know. Let's see. Ole Miss, Iowa, New Mexico, over Marquette. Sure. Michigan State defeating Bryant. Okay. Florida, triumphing over Norfolk State. UConn advancing past Oklahoma. Definitely see it happening. Memphis, Maryland, Missouri over Drake, Texas Tech, Kansas, a team she really likes this year, I think, and Omaha over the Johnnies at St. John. Oh my, a 15-2 upset that would be a shocker of the first round. Well, that's a bold prediction, Cotton. Let's see how it works out. Auburn over Louisville as we go back up to the top, work our way down through the Elite Eight, or the Sweet 16, I should say. Auburn, well, this would be to advance to the Elite Eight in the, I don't know. I was under the understanding there would be no math here. No, the second round game between Auburn and Louisville would be for a spot in the Sweet 16. And she has Auburn triumphing over Louisville, Michigan beating Texas A&M, Ole Miss continuing its old run over Ole Iowa, Michigan State, headed for a Michigan versus Michigan violence there, I can see. UConn over Florida. Oh, my. Certainly a possibility. UConn, a storied program. I'm not upset with this pick at all. I think it's very possible. I like the looks of it. Let's see. Memphis over Maryland. Texas Tech over Missouri, sure. And Kansas finally putting an end to Mutual of Omaha's wild pick. Michigan versus Michigan State in the Elite Eight, an absolute barn burner if it happens. I'm down for it. I'm with it. I want to see it. Make it happen, teams. UConn versus Kansas, similarly, two programs with an extremely storied NCAA history. That would be a really fun matchup to see the number 8 UConn Huskies taking on the number 7 Kansas Jayhawks. And she has Michigan and Kansas coming out on top. Another family connection. I had grandparents who lived in Kansas and had a summer house in Michigan. So there you go. On the right side of the bracket, Duke is Duke. They're on TV more often than Leave It to Beaver reruns, as a Jim Rome sound clip said repeatedly for years and years and years on end. Baylor over Mississippi State seems appropriate. Oregon, Akron, BYU in the Battle of the UUs over VCU. Wisconsin, again, a Kathy Campbell pick, always good. Vanderbilt, taking it to St. Mary's. Boy, not a lot of respect for St. Mary's in the family. Alabama, excusing Robert Morris, back to whatever the Robert Morrises of the world do in the offseason. Houston, over SIU Edwardsville, thus saving every sportscaster in America from having to learn what SIU stands for. Georgia over Gonzaga, your G battle. McNessie, this would be an upset over Clemson. I like to see a 12v5. It's a smart pick for points. Fine, I'll take it. Why not? You never know. Could hit. Purdue over Purdon't, or High Point as they're called. Xavier, Kentucky, UCLA, and Tennessee round out her first round picks there. In the second round, she's got Duke over Baylor. Good. That's a good matchup for Duke. Duke is Duke. Oregon over Akron. Great, taking another Grandma Kathy team to the Sweet 16, as she does in the pick below with Wisconsin over BYU. Alabama over Vanderbilt. Houston, we have a victory over Georgia. Purdue over McNessie. Sure, why not? Kentucky and UCLA. Now, boy, talk about history. That's a great matchup. If Kentucky's able to defeat Xavier in Mackey's pick. And by the way, she picked Xavier when it was still not known that Xavier would defeat Texas. So that's a good sign for her bracket, I think. And Tennessee defeating Wofford. To the Elite Eight, Duke, Wisconsin, Purdue, and Kentucky. She's hooked on Kentucky. Every year she asks, where's Kentucky? How can I vote for Kentucky? And most years she does pretty well with them. Well, we'll see if this is one of those years. So Duke, Wisconsin, Purdue, Kentucky, with Kentucky defeating Purdue and Wisconsin over Duke. Oh my. That would be a fun one. So her final four of Michigan versus Kansas, Wisconsin versus Kentucky, extremely plausible. I like this bracket. I like these picks. This is not a bad pick. Not a bad pick at all. She's got Michigan and Kentucky playing for the championship, with Kentucky winning by a low-scoring affair, 64-53. Look, you have filled out a worse bracket than this, I know. And Mr. I've won one time in 26 years, 25 years, this is the 26th, I know I've filled out brackets worse than this. So I can't really say, I don't have anything to say about this bracket other than good luck. Those are some great picks. Let's take a look at TV's Emily Campbell, the beloved wife, who was kind enough to share her picks with us this year. And let's see where she's at this time. Okay, so she made her picks already on the Yahoo. You can follow her at Molly Madness for her March Madness picks. And here who she's got. Auburn, sure, great. Louisville, yep. UC San Diego, a popular pick in the family. I don't know that I can do it. I don't know that I can go for UC San Diego. It seems unlikely. Texas A&M over Yale. North Carolina defeating Iowa State. North Carolina defeating Mississippi to face Iowa State, who in her picks have defeated Lipscomb. Marquette over New Mexico. Michigan State advancing. Florida and Connecticut, two great programs. Memphis and Maryland also advancing. Drake over Missouri. Love the Drake. Hate the Drake. Love the Drake. That's a Seinfeld reference for you kids out there who don't remember Seinfeld. Drake, North Carolina, Wilmington over Texas Tech. A stunner. Kansas and St. John's, which I think is probably your most likely outcome at that part of the bracket. In the round of 16, she's got Louisville over Auburn, Texas A&M taking out UC San Diego, Iowa State and Michigan State, a Midwest state battle with Iowa State defeating North Carolina. Ooh, I don't know. It's hard to pick ever against North Carolina, isn't it? Don't you just think, oh, they're North Carolina. They're going to do something, something. I don't know. They seem to be usually be pretty good. Um, we'll see, I suppose. And then Michigan State over Marquette, Connecticut defeating Florida, Maryland over Memphis, Wilmington over the Drake. Boy, if that turns out to be an 11v14 match, the tournament has gone wonky all of a sudden. And the Johnnies taking down Kansas. Fair. Completely fair. To finish up the round of 8 for her, she's got Louisville, Iowa State, Maryland, and St. John's advancing, with Iowa State taking on Maryland and Maryland moving into the national championship game. Okay, look, Maryland, a great team of fun. There are 4. 4s have won plenty of times. Why not? But she's got Maryland going all the way. So we'll see how that goes. I'm going to take the field versus Maryland, but we'll see. Right side of the bracket, Duke, Baylor, Oregon, Arizona, BYU. Family unanimity in BYU there. Wisconsin, St. Mary's, Alabama, Houston, Gonzaga, Clemson, Purdue, Illinois, Kentucky, UCLA, and Tennessee. All pretty as expected on that part of the bracket. The next round would be Duke over Baylor, Oregon beating Arizona, Wisconsin toppling BYU, St. Mary's over Alabama, Gonzaga over Houston, Clemson defeating Purdue, Kentucky over Illinois, and UCLA defeating Tennessee. That sets up a real fun matchup. UCLA v. Kentucky. Would love to see it and love to see the Bruins win there as a 7, but I don't know. They're an erratic team this year. Gonzaga over Clemson in Emily's estimation. Wisconsin taking down St. Mary's. Sure, could happen. And Oregon is the team in her bracket that takes out Duke. Injuries for Duke, maybe. Still, maybe will be a factor. I don't know. We'll see. But maybe. And then Wisconsin over Oregon in the Dr. Kathy Campbell Memorial Finals. UCLA taking over Gonzaga is that a repeat of a final from a couple of years ago? Did those two teams meet in the national final or national semifinal? They were very close, if not. Setting up a final four, once again, of Iowa State, Maryland, Wisconsin, and UCLA. I don't know. Why not? It'd be fun. With Maryland and UCLA playing in the national title game, and Maryland emerging triumphant 78-74. Well, look, I think this just goes to show you what these brackets show is that anybody could win, anybody could pick. It's not rocket science. I mean, you just have to go with a combination. Look, every year, a 14 defeats a 3, a 13 defeats a 5, a 12 beats a 4. It happens. Maybe I've got the numbers wrong on that. As a matter of fact, I'm sure I do. Let's go back. Maybe I said it with such confidence too. 2 versus 15, 3 14, 4 12, right? And a 5 11. Sure. Well, that all makes sense, right? Or a 6 11. You know what I'm talking about. I'm not going to work this out live on the air. You know what I'm talking about. So it's a great bracket, Emily. A great bracket. I am impressed with what you have selected there. Definitely. And so we come to the moment we've all been waiting for. It's time for me to pick my actual bracket. Here's how it's going to work. I'm going to call this up. I'm going to go over here to this tab on my computer, and you can kind of see as I pick along, I believe. Tell me if you can see as I pick along. I assume you can. And here we go. Let's start with Auburn, of course. It's got to be Auburn, right? It's got to be Auburn. Why can't it be? I'll go family with Louisville. Why not? I think UC San Diego is not happening for me this year. I love them, the Tritons, but whatever. Texas A&M over Yale. Texas A&M able to overcome Yale's traditionally stingy defense. I will take North Carolina because you can never count out North Carolina. They're tricky like that. Iowa State over Lipscomb. You know what? Let's go Lipscomb with the upset. Why not? Maybe they're the feel-good story of round one. Marquette over New Mexico and Michigan State. Never bet against Michigan State in the first two rounds. In fact, I'll take them over Marquette as well because it's Tom Izzo, it's Michigan State. It is what it is. North Carolina, which would set up an incredible South clash there between Michigan State and North Carolina. I will take Texas A&M over actual Michigan and Auburn. Why not? Is Auburn going to make it to the round of 8? Yes, I believe they will. And then in this matchup, Michigan State, I believe, will take care of North Carolina there, leading to, a Michigan State selection from me. I put Michigan State into the Final Four. My first draft at this. Let's see how it goes. But yeah, I'll take that. All right. Let's come down to the West bracket. Florida, yes. Connecticut, sure. Memphis versus Colorado State. I might have a family member going to Colorado State, so I want to maybe root for them and pick them, but I am not going to do so. We have chat. Yes, no, we don't have chat. It's spam. Was so sorry. It's just spam. I thought somebody had actually given us a comment. Give us a comment. Let's give a comment. Leave a comment. What are you waiting for? Okay, back to my bracket picks. I will take Maryland over Grand Canyon. Grand Canyon, a fantastic national monument, but not that great a college basketball team. Love the Drake, but don't love them to beat Missouri. Texas Tech, sure, that's an easy pick. Kansas, yes, and the Johnnies advancing over Kansas for sure. I'll take Missouri over Texas Tech just for a flyer. Why not? Memphis, Maryland. I gotta go Memphis on that one. They're, it's I just like the idea there. Let's see if you go. Oh yeah, there's some. You can get more info on the teams. I don't know if these are going to be worthwhile for me or not. I'm just really going with gut instinct here. And Florida versus Connecticut. Ugh. Let's see. Florida versus Connecticut. Most people are picking Florida. It looks like. Yeah. I don't know. It's tough. I gotta stay Florida there. Whoops. Let me come back to. Gotta stay Florida there. Yeah. It's just got to be Florida. I want to pick UConn though. I do. And I will take. Let's see. Memphis. Yeah, a lot of people would pick Florida over Memphis if they play. Great. We'll do it. I'll take Florida. And then Missouri versus St. John's. That's St. John's. And then I will take St. John's over Florida into the Final Four. A couple of twos, St. John's and Michigan State. All right, continuing our picks. Let's take a look here at Duke is Duke. I'll take Baylor. Friend's kid goes there. Oregon and the Kathy Campbell theory. Arizona. I'll pick VCU. I'll be the one who goes against the rest of the entire family. Everyone else picked BYU. No, I'm taking VCU. Kathy Campbell theory for Wisconsin. Vanderbilt over St. Mary's. They're just tougher and bigger, I think. Let's see what people are picking there. Yeah, it's, I picked Vanderbilt. Yeah, I think they're fine. Yeah, and St. Mary's lost the tournament final to Gonzaga, so come on. Why not Vanderbilt? And then Alabama over Robert Morris, Alabama over Vandy, Wisconsin over VCU. I'll take, I want to pick the Ducks, but I got to go with my gut there of Arizona. Duke will take care of Arizona quite easily. And Wisconsin over Alabama with Duke making it all the way to the Final Four. Midwest region. Houston, yep. Gonzaga, they won the tournament, but Georgia. Clemson, Purdue, sure. Xavier looked really good tonight. I like their big guy. He can play down low really well. Kentucky, UCLA got to pick a local team, and Tennessee. Can UCLA beat Tennessee? Well, let's see what people said. A lot of people like Tennessee if that matchup happens. I don't know. I like the local angle of UCLA, but I got to go with my guts there. Kentucky, now there's a battle. Kentucky, Tennessee. Purdue over Clemson. Houston over Georgia. I'll take Houston over Purdue there, and Kentucky over Tennessee, with Kentucky making it. And I think that leaves me with a Final Four of Michigan State, St. John's, Duke, and Kentucky. Well, that's not, look, there's worse Final Fours, right? That's not a bad Final Four. I won't lie. I'll take Duke, and I'll take St. John's. And unfortunately, Duke is Duke. They're on TV more often than Leave It to Beaver reruns, and they got to be there. 80. Oh no, that's not a number at all. It's an equal sign. 85-76 is your final. It's not an. I think that's a. Oh, it is. Sorry, 85 on that side, 76 on that side. My apologies. And then there's got to be a button that says save bracket. There you go. That's the bracket for me. The big takeaways, my Final Four are Michigan State, St. John's, and Duke versus Kentucky. So look, you've seen how easy this is, and like the level of knowledge that you need to be able to do this. You don't need any knowledge. What do I know? I'm going off like program history and gut feelings and the final 4 minutes of a game I watched tonight. It's not hard. It's not hard stuff. You just, go with your gut. See how you feel. Pick a couple upsets. I'm pretty happy with my picks, frankly. And I'll be busted by Thursday at 4 p.m. I've moved the deadline back. I'll be instead of being bracket busted Thursday at noon, which is something you can actually do here on the West Coast, I will be bracket busted Thursday by 4 p.m. My goal is to at least make it to the second round of chicken strips. And don't get me started on chicken strips. If you watched the stream the other night, you know that chicken strips are stuck right here in my craw right now. Chicken strips. Because you shouldn't be able to mess up a chicken strip. There's no way. How do you make a chicken strip that's bad? For those of you who weren't watching, I ate chicken strips at a local chicken strippery, and they were not good. If all you sell is chicken strips, they better be the best chicken strips of the world. But these were not. All right. So once again, a special thanks to our sponsor / non-sponsor, Mountain Dew, Game Fuel, Citrus Blackberry. Tonight's mystery beverage, if you will. It is definitely still an opportunity for you to get your picks in. We're really running up against the deadline, though. You've got about 9 hours exactly from right now. In 9 hours, the picks are closed, friends. The picks are closed. So what I'm going to do is log off, enter all this data from the hard copies into the computer. We'll have updates during the tournament. Maybe we'll get Mackie or Daphne in here to give us their perspective on March Madness. And we'll see how it goes. Thank you so much to everybody for joining us. I definitely do appreciate it. And, let's have a good tournament. Okay? Good luck to you. Good luck to all of your picks. Thanks for watching, and we will see you very, very soon. All right. Good night.
You can see the riding on the pavement. Young kids, they're growing up in basements. Online, a whole new generation. I'ma make mine, so you better go take it. Always, they need a new replacement. Decentralized, can't contain it. We're changing lives, yeah, upgrading. Call it suicide of the older generation. What keeps you up
at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah. I think that we've all had enough. What keeps you up at night, yeah. Make all the demons quiet, yeah. We were built to thrive, yeah.